Hey everybody, it's Mary. So I hope you enjoyed watching my video yesterday when I was speaking upon the Virgin Mary and the Dormition of the Theotokos. And today is the commemoration of Saint-Gerasimos, the righteous of Kefalonia. So we are going to talk more about who he is and the continuation of the Dormition. And there's also going to be a part 2 on October 20 because Saint-Gerasimos is celebrated both today and in October. So I hope you learned something new, and let's get started. So first of all, who is Saint-Gerasimos? Saint-Gerasimos, the new ascetic of Kefalonia, was born in the village of Trikkala in the Peloponessos. As a young adult, he became a monk on the island of Zakynthos. On the holy mountain, he became a shemamonk and studied with the ascetics of Mt Athos. Receiving a blessing from the elders, the monk went to Jerusalem to worship at the life-bearing tomb of the Savior. After visiting many holy places in Jerusalem, Mount Sinai, Antioch, Damascus, Alexandria, and Egypt, he returned to Jerusalem where he became a lamplighter of the sepulchre of the Lord. The monk was ordained a deacon and then a priest by the Patriarch of Jerusalem, Germanus, from 1534 to 1579. Saint-Gerasimos maintained the discipline of an ascetic. For solitude, he withdrew to the Jordan where he spent 40 days without respite. Having received the Patriarch's blessing for a life of silence, Saint-Gerasimos withdrew to Zakynthos in solitude, eating only vegetation. After 5 years, he was inspired to go to the island of Kefalonia, where he lived in a cave. He restored a church at Omala, and he founded a women's monastery where he lived in constant toil and vigil for 30 years. He prayed on bent knees, stretched out to the ground. For his exalted life, he was granted a miraculous gift, the ability to heal the sick and cast out unclean spirits. At 71 years of age, the Venerable Gerasimos knew that he would soon die. He gave his blessing to the nuns and peacefully fell asleep in the Lord on August 15, 1579. 2 years later, his grave was opened, and his holy relics were found fragrant and incorrupt with a healing power. So, before I continue, even though Saint-Gerasimos died on August 15, his commemoration was the following day, which is today, August 16. Today's feast celebrates the uncovering of his holy relics in 1581. Now, about the celebration of Saint-Gerasimos of Kefalonia. We thus come to the great day, the most significant day for Kefalonia and non-Kefalonians living on the island or abroad, Saint-Gerasimos Dormition Day. On the afternoon of the 15th, Saint-Gerasimos' Sacred Relic is moved in a litany procession from the older church that lies over his grave, amidst truly emotional and touching reactions from the devout who express their faith in God and their respect for Saint-Gerasimos. The Sacred Relics is placed in a gently prepared place within the magnificent new church. Small vespers begin and the devout start to pay respects from about 6 p.m. until noon of the next day. An archeteric liturgy is held on Saint-Gerasimos' Day, today, followed by litany, which is attended by clergy, nuns, monks, officials, and thousands of Christians. The procession, which is accompanied by bands, an army honor corps, and Boy Scouts, ends up at the large plane tree when a prayer is chanted. The Metropolitan delivers a speech, and the procession returns to the church, where the public continues to worship the Sacred Relic. The Saint's Sacred Relic is returned to a smaller church and placed back in the Larnax in the afternoon. A reception complete with an official dinner is given afterwards in the Convent spacious hall. In the evening, a special event in honor of Saint-Gerasimos takes place in Argostoli. First, there's a litany of his icon throughout the town streets, which ends up at the main square. A special prayer is said, and the Metropolitan addresses the congregation. So here are the prayers for Saint-Gerasimos from Troparion and Kontakion. Troparion, Tone 1. O citizen of the desert and angel of the body, you were shown to be a wonder worker. O God-bearing Gerasimos our Father, you received heavenly gifts through fasting, vigil, and prayer, healing the sick and the souls of those who run to you with faith. Glory to him who strengthened you. Glory to him who crowned you. Glory to him who through you works healing for all. And here's the prayer from Kotakyon, Tone 4. Aflame with heavenly love, you prefer the severity of the Jordanian desert to all worldly pleasures. Thus, at last served you obediently and devotedly until your death. O Father! And then, grief-stricken, it died on your grave. Therefore, God had glorified you. Pray through him for us and remember us, O Father Gerasimos. So that was all for Saint-Gerasimos, and I hope you enjoyed it. And please stay tuned for part 2 on October 20. And I want to wish everyone that is being celebrated today a very happy name day. And I pray that you will receive all the love, courage, wisdom, health, and wealth that you deserve.